What up, gang? We back with another update through the culture news. Make sure you follow us on all platforms of that street Media5. You know the vibes. We're gonna get straight to it. Streets is talking. What they talking about? The king of the South. Now, wack100 and T.I, they've been going back and forth on social media for the last few months. And wack100's been saying that T.I is a federal agent. He believes that T.I is an informant working with the police and helping other rappers get locked up. Now, that's some strong allegations. Now, you know T.I, he's a proclaimed king of the South. Now, he pretty much invented trap music. If you remember back in 2007, T.I caught a case where he was caught buying illegal guns from an undercover agent. Now, it was said T.I had Uzis, MAC-10s, grenades, bazookas. Shit, I think he even had a rocket launcher in there. I don't know, but he had some big guns or whatever. Now, they say he had over 30 guns and he purchased them. Now, at the time of the purchase, he purchased them directly from an undercover agent, and T.I already had felonies. Now, if you're from around the way, you already know. You're going to jail today. Now, T.I was locked up, but he was only locked up for a year and 1 day, and that was possession of machine guns and silencers. Now, the silencers alone get you 5 years. How he skate out of there with a year and a day? Now, also, people were judging T.I. when he got out of jail. He was working with Crime Stoppers. He actually did a commercial and he was trying to help, stop the crime, as he said, in his neighborhood. And people said that was a form of snitching. Some people said, maybe he was really trying to help the neighborhood out, but niggas from the street, they wasn't trying to hear that. Matter of fact, play the tape.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you got to do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-5.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and stop it right there. We really ain't about giving up no tips on this channel. That was definitely T.I out there working with Crime Stoppers. Now, some people say, he was trying to help the community. Some people say he was snitching. To each his own. I'm going to let y'all, decide what y'all think about that. Later on, T.I had an interview on Hot 97 with Ebro. And Ebro kind of pressed him and asked him, like, look, the streets is saying you snitching. What's up with that? Listen what T.I had to say. Hey, DJ, roll that tape.
So the streets, you hear that expression all the time, quote unquote. They say T.I lost the streets, quote unquote, because when you had your legal situation, you told.
Yeah.
What's your response to that?
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, man, you know what I'm saying? I go with the G code.
Okay.
And the G code tells us this is in prison and everything. You know what I'm saying? In prison, what they do, we have paperwork parties. You know what I'm saying? In prison, you have cars. A car is like whatever you running with. You know, so, because I was in Fed Pen, so it's like everybody moved from everywhere. Everybody sent from everywhere. It ain't like just people from New York or just people from here and there. So the Georgia car, the Georgia crew, when you get there, your crew come to make sure you have everything you need, you know what I'm saying? They speak to you, and then, but you have to produce your paperwork so they will know how to, you know what I'm saying, align themselves with
right,
you.
because if you're a snitch or you told, then you don't get the pass.
Then you don't get something. I mean, it depends on who you are. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people who go in there and show no telling, and they got, and they're like, yeah, and what?
They pay for that, though.
I rock, and what you gonna do? Some of them make it and some of them don't. Or I've seen people say, hey, you know what? Look, man, you got to go check in. When they say check in, I mean, you got to go turn yourself into the hole and say, man, I can't walk this compound or else it's not safe for me.
And you're saying T.I was able to walk the compound?
Man, absolutely, home. I ain't never been in no, when I got in trouble, they put me in said, but I ain't never been in no segregation, man. I always been in gin pop all the time.
So for the people,
I turned in my paperwork, and when you turn in your paperwork, they look at it. It's called a paperwork party. They look at it on the yard. Everybody get to observe it and whatnot, and they know exactly what to look for. You know what I'm saying? Your court minutes. That means every time you done walked in the courtroom, what you have said, what the judge said, your plea agreement. That means in order for you to get this plea, what it is you got to come forth with, and they got to submit this stuff. Your docket sheet. You know what I'm saying? All these things. And by the way, anyone who want to have if you want to have a online a Wi-Fi paperwork party, man, my Clifford J. Harry, 594-58-019 is my number.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Guys, I'm a different kind of lost right now.
Serious. I don't have any paperwork.
Party.
Nor have I ever been on the yard.
I'll explain it to you.
And I walked the compound, both my bids. And if I would have left, and then while I was gone, they found out something funny, and I came back, I walked the compound, both my bids, home.
Yeah.
And I ain't had no I ain't in no gang where nobody just got no reason to protect me. I'm not no Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. This is anyway, back to the G code. The G code clearly states if you don't have overwhelming evidence to where and who am I gonna be able to tell on and they not say in prison right now, T.I put me here.
Right.
Who is that? Who is that? You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest drug dealers I ever knew was Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? And Big Meech, he said publicly, hey man, I don't know why folks talking about my guy because you know what I'm saying, this is absolutely false and not true and whatever the blase woo. And you know, everybody want to believe that because if they would have got caught in them circumstances, that's what would have happened to them.
That's a shot.
They would have done.
Shots fired.
They would have done.
Shots fired.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I stood solid. I'm talking about I can say with a clear conscience and a pure heart that I've never ever had to tell anything on anybody about anything. I don't went and did time. When I went and did time for trap music, in between right after Rubber Band, man, that was because they were questioning me about people that I knew, you know, who they were working on investigations on at the time. I didn't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Although you seen a picture of me and them when you raided their house, and you seen my name on some paperwork. But get what? I don't know nothing. I don't know nobody. Yeah, so they made me sit for that. And I sat.
Let's move on past this.
I'm solid, home. You can check mine through and through, man.
Hey, listen. If anyone ever
check mine through and through.
If anyone ever say T.I is a snitch, I'd say he's a horrible snitch because he's done way too much jail time.
There it is. That's what T.I had to say in regards to, his case. He said he ain't never snitched. He said he walked the yard and y'all can throw a paperwork party. So, hey, got to take the man for his word. He say he ain't snitched. I mean, you can't just go around throwing them type of tags on somebody's name if you ain't got no receipts. Now, coincidentally, right after that, T.I and his wife were arrested for possession of ecstasy pills. I believe they arrested at the airport. They might have even had a pistol on them. Now, T.I.'s wife is a known singer from the group Escape. Her name's Tiny. She's very popular in the Georgia area. They've been married for many years and they have many kids together. It was also alleged that T.I and his wife Tiny were engaged in many acts of sexual assault. Now, that came out about 2 years ago. Now that devastated T.I.'s career. Now he had a show called The Family Hustle where he was promoting, a healthy lifestyle with his family. That show was taken from him. He lost a lot of endorsements that he had gained through his music. Those allegations really crushed him. And it looks like a lot of women were alleging that, T.I was, coercing them with ecstasy pills and things like that, putting stuff in their drinks, basically on some Bill Cosby stuff. He had like 17 girls out here and they was, all saying the same stuff. So who knows whatever happened with that, but that kind of disappeared, They said it was, beyond the statutes of limitations. That's kind of crazy, They was locking Bill Cosby up for, shit he did back in the 50s, so I don't know what happened with that. That's kind of fishy. Now, after losing his show, T.I started working on his comedy career. He's been doing pretty good. He's been selling out shows everywhere. Fellow comedian Charleston White came out and spoke about his situation, and he said he also believes that T.I is a snitch. He said T.I is a federal informant. He got proof as well. Now, Charleston White, he worked with the government all the time. He definitely a snitch. So if he's saying that he a snitch, it might be some truth behind it. Snitches recognize snitches. Now, wack100, he proceeded to go on the Clubhouse app and let everybody know that T.I is a special agent. And he's been working with the police for years, making statements and cooperating. So I hit the homie up. I said, Wack, what's up with all this stuff about T.I? He said, look, I got some nasty paperwork on the homie. He ain't right. I said, say it ain't so. He said, on Pyru. I said, send me them documents, man. We gotta get this to the streets and let the people see it. He said, I got you. So he sent them documents over, and look what I got here for you. Yeah, that's right, streets. We got the papers. We got the paperwork. Yeah, T.I, he wanted a paperwork party, so we're gonna throw a little paperwork party. That says right here, Northern District of Georgia, okay, 2007, United States of America versus Clifford Harris, aka T.I. Oh, that's definitely the king of the South, okay. In possession of firearms, okay. What? I further state that I'm a special agent. Oh, hell no. That's it right there. You sign something like that, you definitely working with them people. That means you cooperating. Now, my question is, who is he cooperating for? Now, if you got caught buying illegal guns from an undercover agent, it's nobody for you to tell on. So So who is you snitching on if it's nobody in your crew that you can snitch on that was buying the guns? So that means you just going around setting other people up. So who knows who T.I. done set up in Atlanta, Texas, New York? Is T.I. the hip-hop cops? Look, we're gonna keep our ear to the street and keep y'all updated. Y'all stay safe, stay strapped.